travel friends, I'm Kerry. This is Spotlight on Travel. I've been a travel agent for over 30 years, so I'd just like to share some tips and tricks with you to make your travel go a little bit smoother. So today we're going to talk about carry-on bags. So not the big carry-on bags with wheels that you're going to put up over your seat on the airplane. I'm talking about the smaller bag that you carry with you all the time that holds all your really important things that you don't want to lose sight of. So this is my carry-on bag that I like to bring with me when I'm traveling. Super comfy. I know it's a backpack. Sometimes I don't look really great if I'm wearing a pretty dress and a big backpack, but it's comfortable, waterproof, just seems to fit the bill for me. Lots of nice compartments, which are all very important for my traveling. But the first thing I recommend that you put in that carry-on bag is your important travel documents. So even though documents are electronic these days, meaning that you can view them on your phone or just give someone a booking number and they can pull it up, I always recommend that you carry a paper copy of your documents with you at all time in case there's any discrepancies or you lose your phone. I mean, anything can happen, and trust me, it does. I've seen it all. So carry a paper copy with you at all times. I also recommend you carry, if you're aging gracefully like me, maybe a pair of reading glasses so that you can read all the small forms that you have to fill out while you're traveling. And also a spare pen or two is also really handy to carry with you. I always like to carry also about $100 in local currency, again, just in case something comes up. So that's tip number one, is always keep those documents very, very close at hand. Number two would be any medications. So not just prescribed medications, which of course are the most important, and you want to have those right beside you at all times, but also things like a headache medication or an upset tummy medication, anything that could help you get through the flight or help you if for some reason, even though you know that your carry-on bag is right over your head, if for any reason that went missing, and again, I'm only saying this because I have seen it happen, it's really nice just to have those things right close to you. Things like Pepto-Bismol, make sure that they're in the chewable pill format so that you don't have to worry about the liquid. Number three would be, of course, a phone charger. How could we live without a phone charger? But sometimes they get forgotten. Not all airplanes have phone charging capabilities, but most do. So make sure that you have a charger on hand with you in your bag. Again, you want to have these things in your carry-on bag at your feet because you don't want to have to scramble to get up to your carry-on bag that's above you somewhere on the airplane. Number four would be any valuables. So if you have had to splurge for something, you want to make sure it's in that bag. The reason this is so important is because there are some dishonest people out there, and sometimes you have to put your carry-on bag, the one with wheels, or the bigger one that you're carrying on with you, sometimes you have to put it above you, but not right above where you're sitting. So there have been instances where people have gone into other people's bags while the plane is in the air. If your bag is behind you, you're not keeping an eye on it all the time. So we have to look at worst case scenarios and keep your valuables safe. So any valuables, any jewelry or watch or anything that's valuable to you, make sure it's in your bag if you had to bring it with you on your trip. I also recommend that you bring a magazine. I always save my magazines for my trip. So for example, the food and drink magazine, I make sure that I hang on to it, slip it in my bag so that then when I get on the airplane, I can make sure that I have something fun to read. And then if I leave it behind for the next passenger, I'm not losing anything. I don't recommend big hardcover books because they get heavy. So just magazines is really nice, just to have a magazine to flip through in case you get tired of looking at your phone or watching a movie. Any sort of undergarments, you might want to pack a spare pair of underwear, just in case, again, if something happens with your bag going missing, it's really nice to have something to throw on in your bag while you work out where your missing suitcase might be. I also highly recommend a toothbrush and toothpaste. It feels really good just before you're going to land, about a half an hour before, to go into the washroom and give your teeth a good solid brushing. It just feels good to land after you've been sitting there for a few hours. It doesn't feel very nice in your mouth, so to brush your teeth, it just sort of wakes you up and makes you feel fabulous. I also like to bring some wet wipes so that I can wipe my face, wipe my hands, and that sort of thing as well just before landing. I also highly recommend some of these guys. Some nice wipes for when we get on the airplane. It's nice just to be able to wipe down your tray as well as the arms of your chairs and be able to clean things off whenever you feel like you want to. I also recommend always bringing a snack. So airplane snacks aren't what they used to be. I like to travel with a few Cliff bars, some really nice granola bars. Not so much about the yummy taste, but just something that's going to satiate me if I happen to get hungry along the way, or if there's a delay on the tarmac and they can't serve any food or drink. It's really nice to know that you have something in your backpack. And again, even if it's not for you, there might be someone, one of your neighbors in one of the other rows that's really hungry and could really use a snack. So granola bars, Cliff bars, gum. I also really like to bring a sour candy, like a hard candy. Again, in case you're stuck and that they can't serve any food or drink, it's really nice to have that candy to kind of get your saliva going and quench your thirst a little bit. Gum, of course, trail mix, whatever you like that would make you feel a little bit more full if you found yourself in a position that you didn't have a snack. The final thing I would suggest is to dress warmly. So I always layer myself, no matter where I'm going or the time of year. So tank top, long sleeve shirt, sweater or sweatshirt, and then jacket if you need it. Those clothes take up a lot of space in a carry-on bag, so it's better just to wear it all. Usually we're leaving here really early in the morning when you're going somewhere hot. Typically the flights are early and usually the planes are cold. So it's not like you're going to be overheated. And the great thing is that if you are, you can just start peeling off your layers. So I really recommend that you dress nice and warm and layer it up so that you're nice and comfortable for your flight. Any taken off sweatshirts or sweaters can always double as pillows, so they're not going to go to waste. The final thing I'd like to show you, because this has got me a few times, is liquids going through our customs border patrol spot. I can't remember what it's called now, but you're not allowed very many liquids. That's it. You're only allowed the liquids that fit into this bag. Now, it's really important that you put all of your liquids into a Ziploc that's this big. It's not very big. As you can see, it's basically as big as my hand, just past my wrist. It's really handy when you're checking in and going through security that you can just put that bag down and declare it right away. Nothing can be more than 100 milliliters per container at this point, and not very much fits in there. So time and time again, I try to sneak myself some extra sunscreen or maybe some hair conditioner. It doesn't work. So just make sure that you have all your liquids together. It'll make it way quicker for you to get through security, and it'll be stress-free knowing that you're not going to have to throw away your $20 sunscreen, as I've had to do more than once. So thank you so much for tuning in with us today. This is Shaw Spotlight, and I'm Kerry Berlinquette. Thank you.